Hey everyone, it's Mike from Mike Olson Art. I hope everyone's having a great day today. As usual, thank you guys so very much for taking the time out of your day to check in and hear a little bit more about some of these art card projects that I've been working on. I got a really fun card that I want to share with you guys today. It's a really rare card. It's a really cool card, but at the time I'm taping this, it's actually the holiday season, and oddly enough, this card has a nice kind of holiday color theme. So I know this is a weird way to start this one off, but you know, why not? Let's take a look. So this is my red and green 1955 Roberto Clemente card. I love Roberto. He is an amazing player. The reaction I get from a lot of people when I make a Roberto Clemente card is just off the charts. So it's really great to see how well loved he is. Obviously, his career was cut way too short, but in the time he did play, he was just an amazing player, an amazing humanitarian. So always love making a Roberto Clemente card, and this 1955 was no exception. So let's dive right in and see what went into this one. All right, so this is our 1955 Roberto Clemente card. Like I said earlier, this card has a really nice kind of holiday vibe with the red and green going on, but you know, it's just a happy kind of coincidence there, but just a really cool and colorful card. I've done a couple of Roberto Clemente cards before, but this one is just, you know, this one's really got it all. It's got a great picture of Roberto. It's got really nice coloring. I mean, stuff really pops. You don't really lose any of the images because of a busy background or because of funny coloring. Everything really pops out really nice on this card, and that was part of the fun in making it. Like I said, this was a 1955 tops, and up until this point I've been kind of like scratching my head every time I do a 1955 kind of tops, because it never really fits quite right in this card blank that I use, and I found out recently that that's because the 1955 tops is an oversized card, and it's really actually 2 5/8 inches by 3 3/4, which is quite a bit larger than the 3.5 by 2.5. So it does fit, but it gets a little tight, and I still think it looks good, but I finally, you know, figured out why I was having so much trouble getting this 1955 to fit in this standard baseball card size. So that's one of the cool parts, you know, cool things I learned doing this one. You know, obviously Roberto is a legend. You know, this card recently sold, I think last year, for around $850,000. So it's definitely a coveted card. It's one that people really want to collect. And it was super fun. This little pirate logo here, this guy was really interesting to work on. I love how it finally came out here, but I did learn that this was the first time an emblem with a team's nickname was ever used on a jersey. So really cool that this little pirate was the first, you know, logo of a nickname to end up on a jersey. You know, clearly Roberto, really nice portrait here. Really pops off that green background, and then you've got another shot of Roberto full standing, ready to take a swing. And one of the really cool parts about this card is Roberto's signature. You know, I've handmade a lot of players' signatures just because they do appear on the front of cards quite often, and I will say that Roberto's is really nice. He's got some really cool flourishes on his R's and his T's, and that's just like a really cool detail that I thought, you know, just kind of jumped out at me when I made this card. So that is our card front from this Roberto Clemente card. And now here is our card back. This card back, whenever I do a horizontal design, I generally have some white space left over because I push a lot of the information off to one side. So for this Roberto Clemente card, We actually decided, the customer and I were going to fill this space with a cartoon that actually appeared on the back of the original 1955 Roberto Clemente card. So if you have that original card, this little cartoon is on the back, and it's just kind of a cartoon that's less about Roberto and more about just kind of baseball stuff. So it's what is a hook in baseball, and then I've got it flipped over so you can see a curveball. So that was a really fun little tidbit we could add to the back of this card that just kind of pays a little bit of tribute to the original. So that is a Roberto Clemente card back. And back over to the front. Like I said, always fun to work on a Clemente card. And this one was just, really fun to work on. And it was really because of the really cool coloring and the really good images they chose for this card. This 1955 set is just amazing from front to back. But this card really stands out as one of the gems in this collection. All right, so that is our 1955 Roberto Clemente card. I am sorry about all the glare that I'm getting today, but I hope that you guys got a good look at this one. It's just a fun card to get to work on. This one is just a beauty. It's not a surprise that this card is sold for as much as it has. The player on this card is amazing, but the design of this card is amazing, and it was just really wonderful to work on. So thank you to the client that reached out and requested this amazing card. This one was super, super fun. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to hear a little bit more about this Roberto Clemente card. Like I said, he is always fun to work on. I've gotten to do 2 of his cards now, and I've done 1 kind of original design. So I've done 3 Roberto Clemente cards so far, and I hope to do a lot more. So if any of you guys are a Roberto Clemente fan and you'd like something really, really special of his, just reach out. We can either make you a card that exists, or maybe we can make you something that's completely unique. But either way, reach out. I'd love to talk to you guys more about it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.